I Learn Through Play Toddler Workbook series, our Workbook Emergency Services Week 1, we have traffic. Now, a few fun things to do with a worksheet such as this is to, for instance, lay down shapes on the ground. You can either draw it or just place a cut out paper with the shape on the ground. And then in each shape, you can put a number of objects. For instance, you can put 2 blocks in the one, 3 blocks in the other, like that. And then what you're going to do with your child, you're going to mimic crossing the road. So you take the child by the hand and you tell them, when crossing the road, make sure to always hold on to somebody's hand. Okay, now let's walk to the first traffic officer, and then you stop at the first shape. And now you ask the child, can you look at what we have on the ground here? How many objects are in here? There's 1, 2. Okay, now let's walk to the next traffic officer. And then you can, for instance, ask them, okay, can you count the objects, or can you tell me what color are the objects we have in here? So with this, you not only teach them numbers, shapes or colors, but also traffic safety of how to cross the road, and that they should stop when they see a traffic officer. Now, these are just a few things to do with a worksheet such as this, but remember to make it fun and interactive and on the level of your child's learning. So enjoy learning with your child. In our I Learn Through Play Toddler Workbook series, our Workbook Emergency Services Week 2, we have the police. Now, a fun thing to do with a worksheet such as this is to first, of course, have the child decorate the worksheet itself, and then they can perhaps make their own little policeman. So you can just take a toilet roll and draw a face on it, or look in magazines for pictures of the policeman, or even the picture that they just decorated here, they can cut it out and paste it on the toilet roll. So they have their own little policeman. And what you can then do is you can play a game with them, similar to Simon Says. But here you say, Mr. Policeman says, lift up your hands. And Mr. Policeman says, put me next to you. And then you can just say, now put me below you. And if they do it, then it breaks the rules of Simon Says. So then they get put into jail. So you can have a block where they have to stand in for instance, just 1 round until they can get out of jail again. And then they have to listen to Mr. Policeman again. Now, this is just a fun example to do with a worksheet such as this, but remember to make it on the level of your child's learning and to make it interactive. So enjoy learning with your child. In our I Learn Through Play Toddler Workbook series, our Workbook Emergency Services Week 4, we have the Fire Brigade. Now, a fun thing to do with a worksheet such as this is to first have the child decorate the page. And what you can then do is, for instance, on the ground, you can draw a big ladder. And what you can then do is you play a game of hopscotch. But this isn't just any hopscotch, this is a learning hopscotch. So what you can do as a parent is you can have pictures of fire or of water or red and blue and place it in different places on the hopscotch. And then you ask the child, can you jump into the one with the water? And then you say, we use water to put out a fire. And can you now jump into the one with the red? Red is the color of fire, and fire is hot. And this is what you can then do with this hopscotch. You can also, again, since this page discusses big and small, you can also place a big blue object and a small blue object. So you tell the child, jump until you reach the big blue object. And then again you discuss, for instance, the water, or even hot and cold, since blue is usually the color we have with cold. Now, these are just a few examples of a worksheet such as this, but remember to make it fun and interactive and on the level of your child's learning. So enjoy learning with your child. I Learn Through Play Toddler Workbook series, our Workbook Emergency Services, Week 4, we have the ambulance. Now, a few fun things to do with a worksheet such as this is to first have the child decorate the people on the page. And then when they're done, you can cut it out on this shape. And also while they're cutting out, tell them that this shape you're cutting is an oval. Or for a bigger child, ask them, so what shape is this that our little doctor is in? Then after you've cut it out, you can paste it on a stick. And now you have two puppets. And then you use these puppets to discuss what a doctor does. So for instance, you can tell them, this is your doctors. They make sure that we are healthy. Can you tell me how many doctors do I have in my hand? I have 2. And this is a boy doctor and this is a girl doctor. Then what you can also do is you can have the child decorate a mask of their own. Then as they're decorating, you tell the child, see these 2 doctors, they have to always wear a mask. And then you can also have them, after they've decorated this mask, you can either let them put it on and pretend to be a doctor themselves, so they role play, and as they role play again, discuss what a doctor does. Or you can tell them, and these doctors then, they drive in an ambulance, and the ambulance, what sound does it make? It goes peep-haw, peep-haw. Now these are just a few fun examples of a worksheet such as this, but remember to make it interactive and on the level of your child's learning. So enjoy learning with your child.